Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live completely by faith, trusting God for every single need? Today, we're diving into the incredible life story of a man who did just that. George Muller. His autobiography isn't just a book, it's a powerful testament to what can happen when someone takes God at his word. George Muller was born in Germany in the early 1800s. As a young man, he was far from a saint. He was a liar, a thief, and lived a life of indulgence. But a powerful conversion experience completely changed his path. He felt a deep calling to serve God, but he decided to do it in a very radical way. He resolved never to ask anyone for money, not even to share his needs with others. Instead, he would rely solely on prayer, trusting that God would provide. This conviction led him to Bristol, England, where he was struck by the sight of countless homeless and orphaned children living on the streets. This ignited his most famous work, building orphanages. He started with just a few shillings in his pocket and a house he rented. He prayed for everything: for bread for the next meal, for milk for the babies, for money to pay the rent. And the miracles started happening. There's the famous story of Muller sitting down to breakfast with hundreds of children with no food in the house. He gave thanks for the food they were about to receive, and just then a baker knocked on the door, saying he couldn't sleep and felt compelled to bake bread for the orphanage. Moments later, a milkman's cart broke down right outside, and he offered his excess milk so it wouldn't spoil. This wasn't a one-time event. Stories like this happened constantly. Over his lifetime, George Muller cared for over 10,000 orphans. He never took a salary and never went into debt. He meticulously recorded every single donation that came in, often from anonymous sources, as an answer to specific prayers. He documented how millions of pounds were provided without him ever asking a single person for help. His life wasn't just about feeding and housing children. He also established schools and supported missionaries around the world, all funded through what he called the prayer of faith. Muller's autobiography is a challenge to our modern way of thinking. It asks us to consider the power of prayer and the reality of a God who provides. He demonstrated that a life of simple, dependent faith could have a massive, tangible impact on the world. He proved that it's possible to live a life not of anxious striving, but of peaceful trust. So, what can we learn from George Muller? His story encourages us to step out in faith, even when the path seems impossible. It reminds us that our small acts of trust can lead to extraordinary outcomes. It's a powerful story of transformation, not just for Muller himself, but for the thousands of lives he touched. If you're looking for a dose of inspiration and a reason to believe in the impossible, the life of George Muller is a story you won't forget. Thanks so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that uplifts and encourages. See you next time.